day to each and every one of you, hospitality management students. Welcome to HM 108, Supply Chain Management in Hospitality Industry. For today's lesson, we are going to talk about Module 3.1, which is the Marketing, Logistics, and Customer Service. So after you watch this lesson video or after you read the module, you must be able to, number 1, summarize the components of supply chain management. Number 2, differentiate between supply chain management and logistics. Number 3, differentiate between inbound and outbound logistics. And number 4, discuss customer value and customer service. So now let's begin discussing Module 3.1, Marketing, Logistics, and Customer Service. So now let us define what is supply chain management. So as I've mentioned last time during our past lesson, that supply chain management is the process of managing the movement of the raw materials and parts from the beginning of the production through delivery to the consumer. So in short, when we say supply chain management, this is an integrated process-oriented about planning and control of the flow of goods, information, and money across the entire value and supply chain. So ang aim natin dito is there is a process of the raw materials, and of course that raw material will be under the production or under manufacturing, and then after that there is a delivery towards the consumer. So dadaan tayo sa tinatawag natin na cycle or process. Aside from that, the supply chain offers some complexity. So masyado siyang malawak because it varies the size of the business, depende sa laki ng business mo, depende sa difficulty ng iyong business, and of course, the quantity of items being manufactured. So lahat ng yun is nakadepende sa supply chain management. Next one is supply chains have elements in common such as the following. So last time we already talked about the elements of supply chain. So now we have customers. So customers, as we all know, the supply chain will not start unless there is no demand coming from the customer. So customers starts the chain of events when they decide to purchase a product that has been offered for sale by a company. So most likely, yung mga products na to na gustong i-purchase ni customer, it has to be manufactured. Okay? Kailangan siyang gawin from the raw materials until the finished product. So most likely, yung mga sales order, it includes requirements that needs to be fulfilled by the production facility. So kung gaano karami yung orders ng customer, kung gaano karami yung demand as of the meantime or for the meantime, yun yung dapat na i-manufactured at i-produce ng company or organization. Number 2 is the planning. So the planning department will create a production plan to produce the products to fulfill the customer's order. So pag nalaman na natin na merong demand coming from the customers, now we need to plan. So sa pagpaplano natin na to, naka-involve dito yung tinatawag nating manufacturing. So we have to manufacture the products and then the company will have to purchase the raw materials needed. So bago tayo makapag-produce ng isang product, bago tayo makapag-manufactured, most likely kailangan natin bilhin yung mga raw materials para ma-produce natin yung isang goods or isang product. So the next element is the purchasing. So when we say purchasing, so the purchasing department receives the list of raw materials and services required by the production department to complete the customer's order. So dito sa purchasing, from the word itself, we need to enlist. Kailangan natin ilista, kailangan natin i-note lahat ng mga materials na gagamitin natin in order for us to produce the product o yung mga customers order. So dapat kapag bumili tayo ng ating mga pangailangan ng raw materials and services, we have to make sure that it's complete para maiwasan natin na magsayang ng pera. Because sometimes kapag kulang-kulang yung mga materials, yung mga raw materials na gagamitin natin, 'di ba, paulit-ulit tayong bumibili. So, sa transportation pa lang, 'di ba? Sa pamasahe pa lang, or let's say sa oras pa lang, inuubos na tayo. That's why si purchasing department, ini-ensure niya na bago gawin yung product, bago siya i-manufacture and i-produce, kompleto muna lahat ng mga raw materials na kailangan. So next one is inventory. So the raw materials are received from the suppliers, check for quality and accuracy, and move into the warehouse. So dito sa inventory naman, sinasabi natin dito, this is the totality of your product. Kumbaga, kung ano yung complete list ng items mo or yung complete list ng mga goods and products mo, dapat naka-encode dito sa inventory. Okay? So, dapat there is an accuracy para hindi tayo malito-lito. And later on, we will also discuss what is inventory management. So, next one is production. So, these raw materials are used to manufacture the finished products ordered by the customer and then sent to the warehouse where they await shipping. So, sa production, dito natin makikita na itong mga raw materials na to, ginawa siya or minanufacture. Okay? Minanufacture siya para maging finished product. And then, at the same time, kapag tapos na siyang gawin, kailangan na siyang ilagay sa warehouse. So, from the warehouse, dito na papasok yung tinatawag natin na shipping. And then, the last element is the transportation. So, yung shipping o yung pag-ship natin ng products from one place to another, okay, towards the end user or towards the customer, kinakailangan ng transportation. So, when the finished product arrives in the warehouse, the shipping department determines the most efficient method to ship the product so they are delivered on or before the date specified by the customer. So, for example, you are going to order sa Lazada or Shopee. Diba? Yung 11/11 sale. You have to choose the product na gusto mo. You have to add to cart, you have to check out, and bago ka mag-check out, you can pick kung anong shipping method yung gusto mo. Diba? If you're going to pay for a shipping method under LBC, or let's say Black Arrow Express, depende, or sa courier. So, nakalagay din doon that when you check out, you will receive the product in this specific date. So, syempre si customer, dun siya magfo-focus. Pag sinabi na 3 days madedeliver na yung product, of course, itong supply chain management o yung tinatawag natin na logistics, dapat makarating sa mga customers natin yung product on time para maiwasan natin yung problema o yung mga particular issues and negative concerns. So, those are the elements of supply chain. So, next one is logistics. So, logistics is the management of flow of things between point of origin and the point of consumption in order to meet requirements of the customers or corporation. So, pag sinabi kasi nating logistics, ito yung kabuang proseso. Okay? Kung paano yung mga resources is na-acquire natin, ini-store natin, and tina-transport natin into final destination. So, it is the process that begins with raw materials until matapos natin yung final stage, until na ma-deliver natin yung mga goods na to sa mga customer in a particular destination. So, basically, si logistics, it involves transportation. So, dito papasok yung tinatawag natin na transportation. So, the resources managed in logistics can include physical items such as food, materials, animals, equipment, and liquids, as well as abstract items such as time and information. So, usually, ang involved kay logistics is yung mga physical items na nabanggit natin. So, sila yung mga items na pwede natin i-transport from one place to another. So, there is often confusion over the difference between logistics and supply chain. So, most likely kasi parang magkapareha sila. Because in a supply chain, nandun din si transportation na pwede rin pumasok dun si logistic. But of course, there is a difference between the two. So, logistics, it involves or refers to the activities within one company or organization related to the distribution of a product. So, ibig sabihin, kumbaga sa verb, ang aim natin kay logistic is to distribute the product. While for supply chain, ang kanyang aim is to manufacture and procure the product. Okay? As much as possible. So, when we say procurement, so most likely, pag sinabi nating procurement, it is the act of obtaining goods or services. Okay? When we say obtaining, yung pagkuha natin ng mga goods and services, usually for business purposes. So, si supply chain management, andun siya sa early stage na wherein, kailangan muna natin i-manufacture. Yung mga na-manufactured na products, kailangan natin siyang i-obtain, kailangan natin siyang kunin, ipunin, or i-store. So, si logistics naman, ang aim niya is to distribute the product to the end user or customers. So, before we discuss this business logistic, let us first further elaborate yung tinatawag nating logistic management or logistics management. So, basically, pag sinabi nating logistics management, ito tinatawag natin na pag-select natin ng appropriate vendors with the ability to provide transportation facilities. Kaya nga siya tinawag na management. We are going to manage kung sino yung appropriate na vendor, appropriate company na kukunin natin para sa transportation services or transportation facilities. So, we have to choose also the most effective routes for transportation. Kasi hindi pwedeng halimbawa, alam mo na matatraffic ka kapag dito sa lugar mo na to dinaan yung product or dito ka sa lugar na to dumaan. So, dapat ang isang logistics manager, meron siyang other plans para maiwasan natin yung tinatawag na let's say, aksaya ng oras. Kasi 'di ba, time consuming kasi 'di ba? Kasi sinasabi dito sa business logistics, you have the right item in the right quantity at the right time, at the right place, for the right price and the right condition to the right customer. So everything seems so right kapag sinabi nating business logistics. Of course, the customer chose your company, chose the kind of store because they believe that you have the right item, that you have the right products and services. Pinili ka nila kasi alam nila na maayos yung mga produkto mo. And in that case, they will also pick the right quantity kung ilan yung bibili nila. And they want na itong mga binili nila is ma-deliver on time. 'Di ba? Ma-deliver at sa tamang lugar. At syempre, mas makatarungan or makatarungan yung presyo. Okay? The price is considerable. And at the same time, pag dumating sa kanila yung product, dapat it is in the right condition. Hindi sira-sira, walang defect, di ba? Let's say for example, walang masyadong negative comments, yung product maayos nilang na-receive. That's why, di ba, when you try to purchase or add to cart sa Lazada or Shopee, most likely hindi ka naman agad mag-add to cart, di ba? Tinitingnan mo muna yung mga reviews, mga feedback from other buyers. So, pag nakita mo na itong item na to hindi maganda, do not buy in this seller because may mga certain silang reasons. So, most likely, hindi ka bibili. But if you see that the feedback or the reviews from that particular store is positive, di ba? Merong tamang customer service, may tamang customer support, di ba? Yung mga products is in right condition, given the proof of evidence, di ba? Kasi may mga customers na pinipicturean nila yung product. Pinapakita nila na dumating sa kanila na maayos yung product, na walang sira, na hindi basag, and so on. Okay? So, but most likely, all of these products should also be delivered to the right customer. Kasi hindi naman talaga magsisimula si supply chain or si logistics without the order or without the choices of the customer with regards to the product. So, commonly, ano ba yung na-encounter natin na problema with regards to logistics? For example, 'di ba? Kapag hindi naging maayos yung mga desisyon ng mga people involved or people in charge sa logistics management, example na ng nagiging issues natin is that yung mga delivery, 'di ba? Delayed, na kung saan kapag delayed yung mga delivery, ilang weeks na hindi pa nakakarating kay customer or kay buyer, nagkakaroon ng tinatawag na dissatisfaction. Hindi sila nasa-satisfy. Dito yung time na nagrereklamo na sila, tumatawag na sila sa inyo kung bakit wala pa yung product, ang tagal-tagal na nilang naghihintay. Aside from that, there can be a damage of goods due to careless transportation. 'Di ba? Minsan darating sa iyo yung product basag-basag. Darating sa iyo yung product na merong defect, may sira. Okay? So, pwedeng ang may kinalaman doon is yung transportation services na kinuha nung pinaka-logistics manager. Di ba na-issue before si JNT? Di ba yung courier services na yon na binabalibag yung mga shipping items na in-order ng mga customer. So, we don't want that to happen. That's why we need to make a concrete plan or accurate plan on how are we going to deliver those items or products to the customer. So that is business logistics and logistics management. So logistics may either focus on internal focus or inbound logistics or external focus or outbound logistics, which later on we will further discuss. So logistics management activities typically include inbound and outbound transportation management, fleet management. So ano ba yung sinasabi natin sa fleet management? So si fleet management is basically an administrative approach that allows companies to organize and coordinate work vehicles with the aim to improve efficiency, reduce costs, and provide compliance with government regulation. So, in short, si fleet management is responsible pagdating sa mga paggamit ng vehicles, ng mga sasakyan. So, example din dito is yung paggamit nila ng fleet management software na wherein natatrack nila yung kanilang mga vehicles. Natatrack nila yung behavior ng driver, kung nasa na yung product, 'di ba? Natatrack nila kung maayos ba yung vehicle. So, most likely, it conforms with the safety and real-time tracking ng mga vehicles. Okay? So, that is fleet management. Next one is warehousing. So, when we say warehousing, this is the act of storing goods that will be sold or distributed later. So, usually, ang isang company, kung sila is manufacturer, meron silang sariling warehouse. Na kung saan yung warehouse na yon, doon nila ini-store or kinikip yung mga goods nila, which is later on, those goods will be distributed sa mga end user or sa mga iba't ibang companies or retail stores. Logistics network design. So, when we say logistics network design, it involves building transport, inventory, and location strategies. Okay? So, magke-create ka, magbi-build ka kung paano mo ita-transport, paano ka magi-inventory, what will be your strategy with regards to the location around your customer service goals. So, dito kay logistics network design, you are ensuring that the total package ng product mo will achieve the best service at a lowest cost. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, kahit na alam natin na magastos yung logistics, but you are going to strategize or let's say mag-iisip ka ng plano on how are you going to deliver those packages na nandun ka pa rin sa tinatawag na best service at lowest cost. But pag sinabi kasi nating lowest cost, 'di ba? Mura, wala tayong masyadong gagastusin. But again, we won't sacrifice having that lowest cost kung masasacrifice naman din yung value ng product or ng worth ng product kay customer. So, next one is inventory management. So, it is the process of ordering, storing, and using a company's inventory. Okay? So, you have to order, you have to process yung mga goods, you have to store it, So, yung inventory na sinasabi natin dito, as I've mentioned earlier, those are the complete list of items. So, ano yung mga items na yun? Yun po yung mga goods, yung stock mo, yung products mo. Okay? Supply and demand planning and management of third-party logistics service provider. So, sino ba si third-party logistics? O yung tinatawag natin na 3PL. So, when we say 3PL or third-party logistics, ito tinatawag natin na pag-outsource. When we say outsourcing, sa labas, ibig sabihin, a particular company would hire a third-party logistic para nang sa ganun, ma-ship, ma-store, and ma-deliver yung mga products ng company. So, alam naman natin na ang logistics or ang pagta-transport ng product is mahirap. Same with managing the packaging and shipping of the product. Imaginein mo, sa dami ng orders, you need to keep it, you need to have a proper packaging, maayos na packaging. So, pag naayos mo na yung packaging, kailangan mo na siyang i-ship. So, most likely, hindi kayang gawin ng company yun na siya lang. So, ang gagawin nila, they would hire a third-party logistics service provider. Na kung saan itong 3PL na to, tinutulungan niya yung mga company para ma-deliver, ma-ship yung mga product at a cost-effective and better logistic services. So, ibig sabihin, example niyan is yung to go. So, to go incorporation. So, pwede silang by land or by sea o yung tinatawag nilang cargo. So, pwede sa kanilang magpa-ship ng mga products. Okay? So, those are the activities involved in logistics management. So, as I've mentioned a while ago, logistics management is an integrating function which coordinates and optimizes all logistic activities. So, such as yung marketing, sales, manufacturing, finance, and information technology. So, next one is the difference between inbound logistics and outbound logistics. So, ano ba yung pagkakaiba ng dalawa na to? So, when we say inbound logistics, it means a manager in charge of inbound logistics manages everything related to the incoming flow of resources that the company needs to produce its goods and services. So, pagtandaan lang po natin, pag inbound, ito yung pagta-transport natin, pag-store natin at pag-receive natin ng mga goods sa mismong negosyo natin. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ang focus natin dito, inbound. Yung pagpunta, yung flow ng mga resources sa mismong kumpanya natin. While as for outbound logistics, syempre kabaligtaran. So, it focuses on two issues such as storage and transportation. So, si outbound logistics, ito naman yung tinutulungan natin na i-prepare yung mga order for delivery para makarating na siya sa end user. At nang sa ganon, magkaroon ng delivery service. So, kay outbound logistics, involved dito si warehousing, si storage, si distribution, at si transportation. And syempre, ang endpoint nun is yung delivery sa ating customers. Okay? So, tandaan, when we say inbound logistics, it is within the company. While yung outbound logistics, it is bound or papunta sa ating mga customers. So, 5 ways the hospitality industry can improve logistics. So, this is just an article that is being produced. Sinasabi dito that the most significant problems that found with regards to the logistics of hospitality industry is yung mga shipments, 'di ba? With regards sa mga specialized equipments and methods. Yung let's say limiting time constraints, maintaining the furnitures, fixtures and equipment, and lastly yung operating supplies and equipment. So now, yung mga issues na yan or mga problems, meron siyang corresponding na solution. So, in order for them to have a transparent plan, they must have a planning and scheduling with the third-party logistics. So, sabi natin kanina, mahirap talaga kung dependent or mag-isa mo lang na siniship, pinapackage yung mga products or dinideliver. So, most likely, para magkaroon ng, let's say, flexibility, magkaroon ka ng transparent plan, mas maging maayos yung flow, you can hire or plan and schedule with a 3PL company. So, aside from that is yung complex shipment. So, syempre, yung complex shipment, sa papaanong paraan mo ba i-ship yung mga products mo. So, syempre, dapat kapag nag-ship ka ng products, most likely naka-note doon kung yaan ba is kailangan i-refrigerate, diba? Kung kailangan na, kung halimbawa, fragile yung product na yan, is it hazardous, diba? Kung halimbawa, sobrang bigat ng mga product, so dapat naka-note siya. Kasi pag sinabi nating complex, malawak. So, pwedeng ang shipment mo is through air, pwedeng through sea, pwede naman through land. So, time constraints and installation specific to hospitality industry. So, most likely dito, there should be a coordinating effort to have all materials in place to complete a project is paramount in order to avoid costly consequences. So, sinasabi dito that in hospitality industry, di ba, napakaraming mga kailangan nating i-install na mga facilities, mga equipments, mga machines. So, dapat, kapag nagkaroon ng installation, dapat lahat andun na. All materials in place should be complete. Para hindi tayo pabalik-balik. Kasi, nakakaubos din ng oras, nakakaubos ng energy and effort kapag ganun yung nangyayari. So, installing and maintaining and replacing fixtures, furnitures, and equipment. So, sinasabi dito that there should be a proper management and consolidation with regards to the different vendors and coordinate the shipments, installation, and maintenance or replacement of the FFE. So, sinasabi natin dito that if we're going to order a product, mga furnitures, mga fixtures, dapat is makausap nating mabuti yung supplier, yung vendor. Para nang sa ganon, at the specific time, sila din yung mag-i-install ng mga furnitures, mga fixtures, and equipments na yun. So, warehouses and operating supplies and equipment. So, having access to these supplies and equipment at a convenient and secure off-site storage facility. So, that is also important na meron tayong sariling warehouse. So, the impact of out of stock. So, ano ba yung sinasabi natin na out of stock? So, most likely, makikita natin to kapag tayo is bumibili sa grocery. Hinahanap mo yung particular item, pero sasabihin sa'yo out of stock. So, for the meantime, walang stock. Walang enough na goods na i-produce yung manufacturer or yung producer. So, one study identified that a significant cost penalty is incurred by both manufacturers and retailers when a stock out occurs on the shelf. And it is also found that on a typical day, a shopper in average supermarket will face stock outs on 8% of items in the categories studied. So, hindi naman natin maiiwasan yan. When we buy some kind of products, di ba? Kung halimbawa mag-anap tayo ng mga produkto, mga items, mga brands na gusto natin, minsan talaga sinasabi out of stock. So, ibig sabihin, baka out of stock kasi masyadong marami yung demand. Maraming bumili na mga customers na hindi pa agad nakapag-produce or manufacture yung mismong company. So, it says here that there is a illustration na tungkol sa mga shoppers. So, over a quarter of shoppers bought a different brands and 31% said that they would shop elsewhere for that product. So, this represents bad news for both the manufacturer and retailer. So, sinasabi dito that ano daw ba yung behavior ng mga shopper, ng mga mamimili or tayo as a customer kapag nakakaharap tayo or pag na-experience natin yung stock out or yung out of stock items. So, sinasabi dyan, so as you can see in the first level, yung dark gray or almost black, 9% do not purchase item. So, hindi na sila bumibili. Pag nalaman nila na out of stock, hindi na sila bibili. Now, for the next one is the delay purchase. So, delay purchase, ibig sabihin dahil walang stock, so most likely babalik na lang sila. Titignan nila kung kailan magkakaroon ng stock, tsaka na lang sila bibili. So, the third level is substitute different brand, which is 19% or 26% rather. So, itong 26% as you can see, so kung wala yung item na hinahanap nila, so mag-iiba sila ng brand, pero same product lang din yung kukunin nila. So, for example, sa housekeeping department, hindi available for example, kailangan nila ng laundry detergent. Hindi available si Tide. Let's say, out of stock si Tide. So, pwede bibili sila ng different brand, which is Surf, which is Pride, kunyari, Breeze, kung ano man yung available na brand. So, nagkakaroon ng substitution. So, most likely, malaki rin yung percentage ng mga customers or shoppers na kapag out of stock na yung item, nagsasubstitute or humahanap sila ng alternative na brand. So, next one is yung fourth level, substitute same brand. So, 19%. So, for example, si Tide, wala yung variety or wala yung, let's say, wala yung gusto mo na blossom na amoy nung detergent ng Tide. So, most likely, pupunta ka na lang kay lavender. Pero, same brand pa rin. So, Tide pa rin siya. Naiiba lang yung variety. Kumbaga sa pagkain or sa lasa, naiiba lang yung flavor. Pero same brand pa rin yung bibilin mo. And of course, the last one is buy item at another store. So, most likely, dahil na-disappoint si customer, si shopper, bibili na lang siya ng ibang item sa ibang store. So, 31%. So, majority of the shoppers would prefer na lumipat na lang ng store, lumipat na lang ng lugar. So, it's the same thing when you have or when you connect it sa hospitality industry or sa hotel industry. Kapag fully booked na yung isang hotel, most likely, di ba, hindi ka naman maghihintay kung kailan kung kailan may guest na mag-check out. So, most likely, hahanap ka na ng ibang hotel kung saan pwede kang magstay, kung saan hindi fully booked. So, ganun lang din dito sa shopper's behavior. So, persistent stockouts can also drive customers away from the brand or the store permanently. So, syempre, persistent. Kung lagi na lang wala yung item na yan, so malamang lilipat sila ng store or mag-iiba sila ng brand na pipiliin. So, the potential loss of business for both manufacturers and retailers caused by out-of-stock situation is clearly significant. So, most likely, talo din yung business dito. Kung laging out of stock, 'di ba? Kung laging walang naipoproduce si manufacturer, kung laging walang naibebenta si retailer, so isang loss din para sa kanila 'yon. Kasi mawawalan din sila ng income. So that's why kapag out of stock na, we have to make sure na ire-report natin siya agad para makapag-produce na ulit or makapag-manufacture na ulit ng product na 'yon. So next one is the cost reduction. So, cost reduction is a worthy goal as long as it is not achieved at the expense of value creation. So, low-cost strategies may lead to efficient logistics but not to effective logistics. So, minsan sa kagustuhan natin na magtipid para mas kumita tayo, para mas marami yung kitain natin, sinasacrifice natin yung value, yung quality ng ating mga products and services. Pero we have to bear in mind that, yes, business is all about earning profit, but at the end of the day, we want to have that kind of 100% or if not 100%, let's say 80% of customer satisfaction. Iba pa rin kapag na-satisfy si customer sa mga products and services na ino-offer mo. So, same with logistics. Gusto mong makatipid, 'di ba? Lahat ng products, isang araw lang siya i-deliver. Pero don't you think na hassle sa part yun ng driver, hassle sa part ng mga taong in charge sa pag-deliver? Because baka gabihin na sila. 'Di ba? We might know yung mga natural disasters na pwedeng mangyari. Umulan, bumagyo, lumindol. So most likely, hindi lang yung mga customers mo ang mahihirapan, but most likely yung mga human resources mo. At the same time, yung product, pwede rin siyang ma-damage. So, most likely, dun lang tayo in between. We need to meet halfway na kahit na mataas yung cost or kahit na medyo pricey yung mga resources ngayon, mga raw materials, kailangan nandun pa rin tayo sa goal na gusto natin ma-satisfy pa din si customer sa mga products and services. So next one is the impacts of logistics and customer service on marketing. So sinasabi lang dito that, for example, the consumer franchise, most likely ang tinitingnan is the brand values, the corporate image, and the availability. So yun yung mga nagiging impact. Tinitingnan nila yung brand ng isang products or services. So same with customer franchise, customer service, partnership, and quick response. So for supply chain efficiency, flexibility, reduce asset base, and low-cost supplier. So when you multiply those three elements or the impacts, you can create a tinatawag nating marketing effectiveness. So marketing effectiveness, it means the combination of all three impacts. So kapag ganun ang nangyari, if there is an effective marketing strategy, usually lalaki yung market share, customer retention, ibig sabihin maraming customer ang mananatili doon sa product mo. Ibig sabihin hindi sila mag-shift ng brand, hindi sila mag-shift ng other stores. So and then superior return on investment. So that is the impacts of logistics and customer service on marketing. Next one is the customer service and customer retention. So it was one of the leading thinkers in marketing, Theodore Levitt, who first said that people don't buy products, they buy benefits. So it is mandatory, or let's say automatic naman na we will really we will buy certain kinds of products. 'Di ba? Kailangan natin talagang bumili ng mga products, lalo na kung yan is mga basic needs or mga essentials. But of course, hindi lang tayo basta-basta bumibili ng products. So automatic na babayaran natin yan, we will spend money, but at the same time, binibili natin yung product because we believe that there are benefits na makukuha natin sa product na yan. At yung mga benefits na yon is makakatulong sa atin. 'Di ba? Kaya nga natin binibili yung isang product. Kaya tayo nag-a-avail ng mga services. Let's say for example, why people purchase or buy medicine, vitamins nowadays, 'di ba? Dahil sa pandemic, ang daming bumibili ng mga vitamins because they believe that these vitamins will keep them away from sickness, 'di ba? Malalayo sila sa, let's say, hindi sila magkakasakit or maiiwasan yung pagkakasakit. So, a lot of people prefer to patronize a particular brand of vitamins, a particular brand of, let's say, milk, or kung anumang mga ingredients na ginagamit sa restaurant. So, it's the same thing with services. We don't buy or we don't avail these services just because gusto lang natin siyang ma-experience. It's because may mga benefits. Bakit ka pupunta halimbawa sa isang resort na alam mong may club membership? Ano yun, gagasta ka lang ba doon? No. Kaya ka magpupunta sa isang resort, kaya ka mag-a-avail ng club membership kasi gusto mo na sa susunod na pagstay mo sa hotel na yon, magkaroon ka ng mga discounts, 'di ba? May mga freebies. At the same time, yung mga benefits na makukuha mo is hindi lang naman para sa'yo because your immediate family will also benefit from the club membership na inavail mo sa hotel. Okay? So that is what Theodore Levitt is trying to say or trying to imply in this statement. So next one is using service to augment the core product. So as you can see in the figure, there is what we call core product. At si core product, ito yung tinatawag natin na basic product. So si basic product, ito yung galing sa factory. But the outer halo or yung nasa labas na circle, ito yung tinatawag natin na added value. When we say added value, ito yung aside from sa product na binili mo, meron pang mga additional services na makukuha. So, sinasabi dito that clearly, it is not only customer service and logistics activity that adds value. So, hindi lang doon nakadepend sa logistics at sa customer service. Most likely, nakaka-apekto din yung advertising, yung brand ng product, kung sikat na brand ba yan, and of course, yung packaging. So, lahat ng yon, yung tatlo na yon, nakaka-apekto on how we perceive the value of the product to the customer. Kung paano nila nakikita yung product. Let's say, for example, sa hotel, you're going to advertise, halimbawa, balisin. And we all know that nowadays, because of the mga TikTokeries or TikTok creators, nagiging sikat ngayon si balisin. Kasi maraming mga artista, maraming mga creators ang nag-a-avail ng membership. So that's why, dahil pinakikita nila sa kanilang mga vlogs, sa kanilang mga videos, yung balisin, so maraming tao ang mahihikayat na magpa-member din doon, given that they have enough money or disposable income. So sinasabi din natin dito that it is more than branding to differentiate the product. So it is beyond the brand of the product. Most likely, kung titingnan natin mabuti yung product, aside sa kilala yung brand, marami pa siyang mga benefits na pwedeng makuha. So as you can see in the core product or inside, ayan yung pinakaloob, dyan mo makikita yung quality ng product, yung features ng product, technology, durability, and so on. But sa outside core naman or sa labas, dito na nakapaloob yung delivery lead time and flexibility, delivery reliability and consistency, order fill, ease of doing business, and after sales support. Ibig sabihin, ito usually yung mga added value na tinatawag natin. So, kung madali lang yung pag-order na yan sa isang business na yan, madali lang umorder halimbawa sa site na yan, so mas magkakaroon ng customer satisfaction. So, next one is the idea of servitization. So, ano ba yung sinasabi natin na servitization? So, basically, it is converting a product into service. So, another term for that is that it is the delivery of a service component as an added value when providing products. Ibig sabihin dito sa servitization, pag bumili ka ng isang product, hindi dun mag-i-end. May mga services kang makukuha. Yun nga yung sinasabi natin na customer support, 'di ba? Customer service, na kapag halimbawa yung binili mong appliances na sira, most likely may warranty. Pwede kang pumunta sa mismong authorized center nila or repair center and then gagawin nila ulit yung product. So, yung mga services na included doon sa product. So, one of the classic definition of marketing is that it is concerned with getting and keeping customers. That's why we are promoting, that's why we are marketing, we are advertising product, services, 'di ba? Yung mga tourist destinations na 'yan because we want to get the customers, 'di ba? Gusto natin silang makuha, gusto natin sila na bumili ng product natin. At kapag nakuha na natin sila, we want to keep them as much as possible. Gusto natin na from being a customer, mas maging loyal customers pa sila. 'Di ba? Kasi gusto natin na ipatronize nila yung brand na meron tayo, yung products and services na meron tayo. So that is the main goal of marketing, to get and keep the customers. But in practice nowadays, because of the different point of view of the different organization, yung marketing efforts daw nagiging getting the customers rather than keeping of them. Kasi yun nangyayari ngayon because gusto natin makakuha ng napakaraming customers, gusto natin na maraming bumili ng products and services natin. Nagfo-focus tayo sa pagpo-promote. Pero hindi tayo nagfo-focus kung paano tayo magke-create ng relationship within our customers o yung tinatawag natin na CRM or Customers Relationship Management. Ibig sabihin, wala tayong plano kapag nabili na nila yung product, wala na tayong susunod na plan. Hindi na ba tayo magpo-promote ulit? Hindi na ba tayo magbibigay ng discounts? Hindi ba natin kukontakin si customer kung kapag may lumabas tayong new product, baka gusto niyang mag-avail? So, mga ganong klaseng techniques or ways. So, siguro yun yung dapat natin na iwasan. That getting a customer is not enough for a particular business to succeed. We need to keep them and stay loyal to them and give the services they deserve. So, a simple measure of customer retention is to ask the question, how many of the customers that we had 12 months ago do we still have today? So, kung iisipin ninyo, ilan na ba yung customers natin 1 year ago sa customers natin ngayon? So, as you can see in the figure A, number of customers 12 months ago. Diba? Mataas. Pero ngayon, yung customers mo 12 months ago na yun, yung iba doon nawala na. 'Di ba? Yung retained customers mo bumaba. Pero nagkaroon ka naman ng new customers. Okay? So, yun yung ating paliwanag dito sa customer retention. How are you going to keep your customers? Paano sila mananatili sa produkto mo? Paano nila ipapatronize yung produkto mo hanggang sa mahabang panahon? So, syempre, hindi maiiwasan or hindi natin pwedeng itigil yung pagpaplano ng product natin. Kaya nga, di ba, meron tinatawag na new product development. Same with the services. So, the prime objective of any customer service strategy should be to enhance customer retention. While customer service obviously also plays a role in winning new customers, it is perhaps the most potent weapon in the marketing armory for keeping the customers. So, customer retention is possible kung meron tayong tamang customer service. 'Di ba? Kung binibigay natin yung tinatawag na serbisyo, tamang pakikitungo sa ating mga customer, 'di ba? Kung may mga problema sila, inaayos natin agad, so most likely magi-stay sa atin yung customers. Because customer service is not just about calling the customers kung may problema. Most likely, before and after they buy the product, at kapag nagamit na nila yung products at na-avail na nila yung mga services, doon papasok yung support na tinatawag. Kasi minsan, ay, nabili na ni ma'am yan, okay na yan, wala na siguro siyang magiging problema, wala nang magiging sira or defect. Paano kung meron? So, dapat ikaw, as a customer service assistant or let's say customer service representative, you are ready to face those issues and concerns and resolve it in a timely and efficient manner. Okay? Para nang sa ganon, hindi na magtagal or hindi na dumami yung customers natin na dissatisfied sa kanilang mga products. Okay? So, the idea is that we should seek to create such a level of satisfaction with customers that they do not feel it necessary even to consider alternative offers or suppliers. So, syempre, kung maayos yung product mo, kahit na ang daming alternative dyan, kahit na ang daming mga suppliers, kung maayos yung pagpopromote mo ng product, maayos yung pakikitungo mo sa customers, the quality of the product is good or is in high quality, so most likely hindi papansinin niya ni customers. So, you just have to have that proper marketing strategy and customer relationship skills. So, the last one is the relationship marketing, is that the organization should consciously strive to develop marketing strategies to maintain, strengthen customer loyalty. Because at the end of the day, we want our customers to stay loyal in our organization. And then, kapag naging loyal sila sa organizations natin, most likely, they will spread the positive words or yung tinatawag nating word of mouth. At kapag maraming nakaalam na customers with regards to our products and services, most likely, magkakaroon tayo ng increase sa customers or tataas pa or dadami pa yung ating customers. So, that includes Module 3.1, which is the Marketing Logistics and Customer Service. So, I know the lesson is a bit long, but rest assured that you can replay the lesson video if you miss some points. And of course, feel free to download or even replay the lesson video. So, thank you so much for listening in our today's lesson. See you again next time and keep safe.